Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners. Today we're going to tie a Beatis Nymph. Look, I have a device is in size 16, 2 extra long. I'm going to start with some lead wire 10 thousandths, and I want this mostly on the thorax. And I'm going to put about a dozen wraps on there. And we're going to keep that lead wraps about an eye length from the eye of the hook. Go ahead and pull that back section off. This is 70 denier. This is a brown olive. We're going to start that behind the eye. We're going to secure the lead wraps. I'm going to push that up there just a little bit. And on the back side, we want to build up a little bit of a ramp there, because we're going to use a quill. We want to have a smooth transaction. You don't want a big step. And we're going to stop that about where it would hang at the barb. For our tail, we're going to use wood duck flank feather. And you don't need a lot. And you want that to be about half to 3/4 the length of the hook shank. Go ahead and stick a wrap underneath the tail. We're going to secure that up. And I'm going to fold that back and bring that just about halfway down the leads. Now for the abdomen, I have an olive turkey biot, and we're going to tie it in with that dark stripe on the bottom. And that should give us a nice ribbing effect. Bring that back, and then we're going to bring that thread back up to the thorax. Now before I wrap, I'm going to put a little bit of head cement on there. You don't want to put too much on. You see I got a little bit of a spot there. We don't want to see that. It will push out of your wraps. I'll go ahead and put my hackle pliers on here. Got my non-skid rotary hackle pliers. We're going to take this and wrap this. You want it firmly wrapped, but you also want to be gentle with it, because you can break a biot pretty easily. We're going to bring that right up, and we'll tie that off at that thorax. Go ahead and trim away the excess. For our wing case, I'm going to use turkey tail, and I want to actually use this darker section here. But you can see that this is very long, and it would kind of be a shame to just use one and throw that out. So you can actually reuse it until you get into the really stiff stuff, and the molded section will be just as fine. I'm going to trim those tips off there. I'm going to tie this in. Get that back to that abdomen there. I'm going to take a dark olive Antron dubbing, and we'll wrap the thorax. I'm going to bring the wing case over. We're going to tie that in. Going to lift that wing case up, put some wraps in front of it, and then trim off the excess. And you can see there's the wing case. I have quite a bit left there. I'm going to put a few wraps to tidy that head up there a bit. Now for legs, I'm going to take wood duck flank once again. And you can see on the bottom of this shank that it's equal on both sides. And I'm going to take off of one side, and then I'm going to take the same amount off the opposite side. Going to tie in the far side first, and it doesn't matter if you tie these in long. I'm going to give them a couple of wraps. Then I took the same amount from the other side of the feather. We're going to give them a couple of wraps. And now we can pull these to the length we want. Get that out of the way. I'm going to pull my side first. And you can also adjust them down to the sides of the and then I'm going to pull the far side. I want to get them just about the same. You have to be careful when you pull because they get skinnier and looser when they get towards the tips. And then we're going to put a couple of securing wraps there, and I'm going to trim these off. Then we're going to clean that head up. We'll take our whip finish. And then we'll put a little bit of head cement on there. And here we have a Beatis Nymph. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.